Hi friends, students and my global viewers, welcome to the class. So today we are going to initiate with the speaking module 1. In the speaking module 1 we will be discussing 3 or 5 different questions pertaining to a certain theme, and based on that theme we will try to utilize the vocabulary words into meaningful sentences in order to answer the questions. So many students face extreme problem in the speaking module. So for the benefit of those students, we would like to have this session elaborated, and let's try to answer a set of few questions, and I'm sure after answering these questions you will surely gain a lot of confidence and you will be able to perform better than your previous answers. So let's proceed. Let's proceed together, and I'm very hopeful that everyone will enjoy this session and you will gain something out of it. Let's proceed. The first question that we're trying to tackle today: explain something about your childhood days. Explain something about your childhood days. So when this question comes to you, there are so many things that we can reveal to the examiner, but during the examination period we tend to answer this question spontaneously. So because this is a learning session, we can just think about some words which can be utilized in the speaking module. So for the benefit of the students, I am writing some words. For example, I can say garrulous. Garrulous means talkative. I can equally say notorious. I can even use a word like monster. I can use words like contemporary schools. If somebody has gone to a boarding school, we can say boarding school. During childhood, some of us were addicted to reading, so we can say reading. And for some students, reading is always entertaining, because when we read classical novels and fictions and romantic novels, comics and other documentaries, we have also seen so many films pertaining to Bollywood or Hollywood. And at the same point of time, we need to discuss about our parents. So when it comes to parents, we also discuss about our family, what kind of family you're coming from, whether you're coming from a joint family or a nuclear family. So nuclear, joint, family. Okay, so now we have some questions, some material right in front of us. This is just a base. In the real-time examination, you will not get enough time to write down these different words and then formulate your answers. In the real-time examination, the question comes to you and you're supposed to answer the question right there and then. So, explain me something about your childhood days. Now, when this question comes, the examiner expects a prompt answer in a span of, let's say, 40 to 45 seconds. So what we can do, we need to answer this question in a sequence, and we can build on that sequence based on our strengths and based on the academic knowledge that we always possess. For example, if you are a student who has recently passed a senior secondary examination, you can utilize the knowledge from the subjects you have studied. If you are a lawyer, then you can use the legal words even in order to answer this question, and we can always set a theme as well to answer this question. For example, if I'm answering this question randomly, let's see how it really goes. Explain me something about your childhood days. During my childhood, I was extremely notorious and garrulous, and sometimes my parents think that I'm a real monster, because I continue to create multiple problems for my parents. I was sent to a contemporary school wherein I learned different values of accuracy, quality, productivity, and efficiency, and how to deal with other companions in my school. Apart from this, I always hated going to boarding schools because sometimes some of my relatives gave me a warning that if you continue to create more problems, you will be sent to boarding schools. So, during the period of adolescence, I always watched Hollywood movies, and I am a big fan of many Hollywood stars. I think that growing in a joint family has multiple advantages. So I'm thankful to the God Almighty that my family is a joint family which continues to provide me with social, political, religious, and financial stability. So in this format, we need to answer the question. So when a question is asked to you, try to prepare the material around that question and then try to answer this question. Let's move on to the second question. Are we ready? Okay. So now we will not gather so much material. We'll spontaneously try to answer the question. So you can do your practice of gathering your own material and try to formulate your own questions. So what was the best thing about your childhood? So in order to answer this question, there are so many things what you can reveal from your childhood. Okay. So there are many instances which I still remember being a child because I was extremely notorious in my school. And at the same point of time, I always focused on my studies. My favorite subject was science because science is a subject which is highly pragmatic and it has the real instincts to resolve the mysteries in this world. According to me, when I was a child, the world is like a Pandora's box because there's so many questions which are yet not deciphered by anyone. I was equally fond of the Egyptian culture, and my goal in life as a child was to visit Egypt and explore the ancient Egypt in the real sense. The best thing about my childhood was equally that I was highly innovative and I tend to do things differently than others. Equally, I was very lovable, and my parents, my family members, and all my dear loved me to the core. We are done with the second question. Let's move on to the third one. In the third question, what do you miss about being a child? I strongly assert that childhood was the best period in my life because when I was a child, I was very happy when I used to go and play cricket, and at the same point of time I was fond of playing table tennis. So when I grew up, there was a lot of academic pressure, and on account of extreme academic pressure, I was not able to focus on my sports. And even today, because of my extreme hectic schedule, I'm not able to follow my passion of sports, which I still miss. And I need to do more time management in order to take time out of my schedule to play table tennis because it's very close to me. Apart from this, in my childhood or in my period of school, I used to participate in many extracurricular activities. But later on during the life, I was more into professional work by working for different organizations globally, and I really miss my childhood days, and even I miss my friends, which were very close to me. So I strongly feel that There are so many things what everyone miss about childhood, so that's the best period wherein we can rejoice with our family members and we can do as many mistakes and create the maximum number of obstacles, not only for our parents but also for the neighbors and everyone around us. Let's proceed on to the next question. The next question again on childhood. Why do you think it is important for a happy childhood? What do you think? Different students might have different answers to this question, but I strongly say that there are many things which are connected for a happy childhood. Some children come from a joint family, some children come from a nuclear family. I think so the growth of the children is far better in a joint family as compared to a nuclear family, because in a joint family we are very well closely connected with our grandparents and our cousins and other family members. So during the time of festivals, when we celebrate all the festivals together, we get all the warmth of love and affection from our close people, and it actually helps to nurture the children with the right prerogatives. Apart from this, parents, if they continue to allow children to grow up in their own manner and continue to exercise their own passion, children will be equally happy and they will be able to not only focus on their career, but equally they will be able to do something extraordinary, because each and every child is blessed with a certain virtue. But sometimes due to intrinsic and extrinsic factors, the virtues are not nurtured in the real sense. Like we saw in the movie Ielts, we need to follow our passion, but sometimes on account of livelihood, on account of multiple challenges, parents globally force the children to do something by which they can become engineers, doctors, or they continue to gain fame in the society. So we will continue to work on the speaking modules. Today we have discussed 3 or 4 questions. This is a very short video today I'm making. I'll continue to make long videos on the speaking module. We'll continue to employ more tools, and let's try to expand our vocabulary. So if you have a decent vocabulary, it will be very easy for you to formulate your answers in a very quick fashion. Apart from that, we also need to go through different quotations, different statements, and there are so many quotations and statements which will prove to be a blessing in disguise for all the students. Let's continue to work hard, and please continue to read the morning newspapers, because newspapers are very good, because in this way you will be able to develop your reading habit. And I strongly believe that the habit of reading is highly recreative and ennobling. So if you continue to read newspapers or different magazines, you're going to improvise your personality to a new level. So thank you so much for attending today's session, and please do subscribe to my videos. I'll be equally making some short videos in order to update you regarding the different promotions by different universities and colleges which is going on globally. So if students need to apply to Canada, to US, to UK and other countries, they can equally gain maximum scholarships by gaining a great deal of discounts on the application fee. So I'll make a short video tomorrow and will update you on few colleges and universities which are offering a great deal of relaxation in terms of scholarships on the application fee. It means that instead of paying 100 Canadian dollars, you end up paying 50 Canadian dollars and save your 50 Canadian dollars for the next application. So tomorrow I'll just release the list of the Canadian colleges and universities which are offering decent scholarship. So it is the right time to grab your seats. In order to evaluate the documents, you need to send your educational documents, passport first page and last page, plus your Ielts booking confirmation or your Ielts ETRF certificate to our email address. And once you will send it to our email address, my team will evaluate the documents and we will tell you the courses which you're eligible for. And in case you need any kind of personal counseling you can always book an appointment and we will always try to help you in the best possible manner. Thank you so much, and I wish you a very happy day ahead. Goodbye, take care, and please do subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.